Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the GSMC Sports Network. Here to talk about some of the greatest things in the world, like professional wrestling. We talk about AEW, the WWE, even we talk about the Attitude Era sometimes, Ruthless Aggression Era. We talk about WCW, ECW. This is like a wrestling show for, you know, the demographic from what is it? From 19 to 41 years old, I think it is. And I'm 32, and I remember watching all that good stuff. So if you're a wrestling fan of all ages, we have something here for you on the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast. All right, guys, today it is Friday. Can't wait. It's, the weekend is here. Tonight was an NFL game, but I taped it. I'm also taping SmackDown. So as soon as I get done with this podcast, I have definitely a lot of soul searching to do as of, watching the NFL game. Also, some good old fashioned Friday night SmackDown. Um, you know, Sunday, first week of the NFL season. Hope, all you sports bettors out there are, you have a clean slate. Hope you guys win in your bouts. I have my picks in already. I know it might be a little too soon, but it is week one. The philosophy about the NFL, my man Colin Cowherd says it best on, Fox Sports. Uh, First 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, bad teams don't know they're bad. So, it's a, coin flip for, divisional games within the first 3 weeks in the NFL season. So, I can't wait to watch those games on Sunday. But now we're here to talk about professional wrestling. Today for you today, that sounded kind of weird. On tap today, we have our WWE Smackdown preview. We have my Thursday night wrestling review, and we also have power rankings. We have power rankings, our Friday power rankings tonight. Excuse me. Um, we usually do it on Mondays. We had a lot of wrestling news, becoming viral that we had to speak of on Monday. So for a moment, I thought maybe we could, Friday we could do some power rankings. Maybe at the end of the week we should do some power rankings instead of the beginning of the week. I think maybe I might, kind of jump on that bandwagon, maybe start doing that. So we're going to do it for the men's on my third segment. Fourth, we're going to jump to the women's power rankings in our fifth and final segment on this Friday. We're going to talk about AEW All Out happening on Saturday. Can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to, it's going to be great. AEW has amazing pay-per-views. I like how it was kind of, kind of back to back as, in terms of, because you recently had AEW All In. And I thought it was great. I thought the pay-per-view definitely lived up to the hype. But before we dig into any of that, I want to remind you guys, if you have a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling or just something you've been dying to share and get off your chest, this show is all about keeping the conversation going, keeping it lively, keeping the party going, making sure your voice is part of the mix. 1,010%, don't be shy and drop your thoughts inside that chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment or question gets noticed, why not use that super chat? It's that $ below that chat box. Sending your message and it's guaranteed to be featured on the show. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel, kind of keep the lights on this podcast to bring you even more awesome wrestling content. But you're absolutely, we want to say thank you first and foremost. We are so grateful for each and every one of you who joins us on the GSMC Sports Network. Watch a whole bunch of badass podcasters doing their thing. So thank you for supporting us. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep the party going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And let's go ahead and do it. Let's keep this, let's make this podcast bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Once again, if the super chat is not your thing, you could still hit us up at the gsmcpodcast.net. Hit us up with, the tips and donations link. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Give me some of your hot takes in terms of professional wrestling. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010% of the time. So don't be, don't be a hater. I'm just kidding. No, feedback is a gift. Any kind of feedback is awesome. Remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network so we can, keep all this wrestling things, going down for you guys. Speaking of that, I got a couple of chats right here. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. It's awesome. Thank you, Fox, for the good moments. I'm gonna miss the WWE on Fox, and technically I guess this could kind of fall under my WWE SmackDown preview. But all in all, I liked Fox in the beginning when they had the holograms and they made wrestling something big. They made it bigger, better, and and they made it come alive. And I feel like, the move to Fox was pretty great. Um, I liked how Fox, when they had the draft, it was kind of like, you were stepping in the war room watching the NFL draft in April. Um, Fox did such a great job, and the NFL's, was a huge reason why I feel like WWE SmackDown got a whole bunch of new fans because during the games you would see, the commercial, the "Can't Stop Me Now," join the baddest superstars on earth on WWE SmackDown Friday. Like, I overall I thought it brought a lot of new wrestling fans to the product, and I don't know why they're I know for WWE you kind of could rely on one big main name. Monday Night Raw going to Netflix obviously had a lot to do with this decision. A lot of the times the NFL and Fox, I think the reason I think I read this somewhere, don't quote me on this, but I believe Fox didn't renew their partnership with WWE because, with football, with college football, you just have a bunch of just stuff going on. Fridays, Saturdays. I think they have a Friday night football game, college football. I'm not too sure. But you know, it's hard. It's hard. And with the WNBA playoffs, kind of coming in full swing, the MLB playoffs coming in full swing. Fox is like a huge, when it comes to the postseason, when you think of MLB postseason and the World Series, you think of Fox. I think of Joe Buck, John Smoltz, but it kind of sucks that they left. Not that I'm hating on the other, not that I'm hating on the other announcers that, do the whole, World Series now. But I don't know, Joe Buck, and it's kind of a hard voice to replace. Also, I got to chat. The Rock return on SmackDown premiere on Fox 2019. SmackDown was ultimately created, I think, back in 2001. 2001, it was like SmackDown. You know what I mean? The Rock laying the SmackDown. The Rock was a very prominent superstar on the SmackDown roster. For the longest time, he was on SmackDown. That was kind of his show. Triple H was on Raw, but then as soon as The Rock started jumping into his Hollywood career, and he filming the Scorpion King, then moving on to obviously what you guys see him right now as a movie star on Disney, playing roles like the Game Plan, being a Tooth Fairy, the movie Faster. Oh my God, him and Faster, he was pretty badass. In the Hobbs and Shaw in the Fast and the Furious franchise. Eventually, you saw then Triple H kind of come over to SmackDown, kind of make it the Undertaker has always been on SmackDown. It's kind of weird when you don't see him. For the longest time, John Cena. John Cena was also on SmackDown, but then he moved to Raw. That's when I believe they started pushing Dave Batista after his departure and after he, stuck up against Evolution. So I thought it was, kind of pretty, super cool. Now they're making Monster Jam. You know, um, I've never been to a Monster Jam event, but I heard it's pretty dope. I live near the Los Angeles area. I'm a huge Angels fan. I know at Angel Stadium they do have Monster Jam. 1,010%. I would definitely love to see that. It'd be super dope. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some WWE SmackDown for tonight. The last, we say farewell. We bid farewell to Fox. And, the commercial, I think WWE definitely got what they were looking for during this partnership with Fox. Although I did kind of feel like it was a little shorter, but the USA Network right now, they want to make sure that, they have two wrestling brands. They not two wrestling brands. Until January 2025, they're going to have Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown because you're going to have the NXT October 1st move to the CW network, which I think it's going to be great. I think they'll be fine. But it's our last SmackDown. I overall think it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna end with a bang. We are live in the Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's been kind of rumored around that Bret the Hitman Hart might make an appearance. Obviously, they are building momentum to Bad Blood, and I don't know. It's just at the same time, it's hard because during Roman Reigns' huge push during this. I think it was a little bit post pandemic that Fox, kind of adopted the WWE. And you remember seeing the holograms of Roman Reigns, like what I mean, like wreck everyone and leave, come show up and win. Definitely, Roman Reigns is his heel turn, his success, becoming WWE Undisputed Champion has definitely been in the SmackDown on Fox kind of era. If you were a fan on Fox watching SmackDown, you'd be like, dude, Roman Reigns is, he's the stuff, man. He's great. But I don't know, it's kind of, it's a little sad. It is a little sad that, in terms of, what's next for WWE. I like that they're going to the USA Network. They've been on there for the longest freaking time. It's crazy. But tonight we're going to see the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes will address Solo Sikoa's challenge. The self-proclaimed tribal chief already declared that he's challenging for the top prize in WWE once again, saying that, you know what? Roman Reigns screwed me. I should have won at SummerSlam. I was going to win. But then he had to stick his nose into some other person's business. Oh, don't you hate it when that happens? Isn't that how the bloodline kind of makes their killing in the first place? Like, I don't know. That's kind of ironic right there. Oxymoronic, but it is what it is. Cody Rhodes, Solo Sikoa is not going to be able to challenge Cody Rhodes. I feel like for this, for Solo Sikoa's career to kind of get better, and I feel like ultimately it will, be better. Roman Reigns and him need to fight tribal combat, bad blood, anything goes. That's when Roman Reigns starts bringing in some of the teammates he's going to have at Survivor Series. Damn it, what is the two cages by each other? Shit. War Games, War Games. There's going to be a War Games match. It's going to be a Bloodline Civil War and War Games. Um, you're going to see Hikuleo debut. You're going to see Jimmy Uso come back. Paul Heyman is definitely going to come back with Roman Reigns. Maybe tonight would be kind of crazy, but it would seem kind of fitting that once when Roman Reigns started his dominance on Fox, on SmackDown, he was with Paul Heyman. So I think 1,010% it would be pretty cool if that, kind of became, kind of came full circle here. But that leaves Cody Rhodes without, anybody to fight. I ultimately feel like Randy Orton's going to come back and perhaps challenge him, but bad blood, I could feel like, maybe a second round with Kevin Owens, perhaps that could be, something that could possibly move into the future. Maybe you have, a newcomer come up and challenge Cody Rhodes. Although someone on SmackDown right now, I don't really see anybody right now that could be able to take Cody Rhodes. Like he already defeated Logan Paul. He already defeated Carmelo Hayes. The LA Knight is the United States champion, and if they have another champion versus champion match, I'm going to go berserk. But I guarantee you that Cody Rhodes will not be fighting Solo Sikoa at WWE Bad Blood. But that's just me. That's, I just feel like that would be such a bad booking. I feel like that would be pretty crazy. But the Bloodline also has a pretty intense 8-man tag team match tonight against DIY and the Street Profits. All in all, what I hope is going to happen. What I hope is going to happen that, I hope no, never mind. That sounds so terrible. Damn it. Uh, I would project that, either somebody from DIY or somebody from the Street Profits gets injured to the point where Cody Rhodes is going to have to force his way into this match. And, just to make it a little more personal, then you have Roman Reigns once again cost Solo Sikoa coming back from a hellacious attack when the new Young Bloodline threw him through the announce table and left him to die. So that's what I would do. But once again, like I am just a wrestling fan my whole entire life. So what do I know? Wrapping this up, we have Bayley returning to SmackDown last week. So she's going to address Nia Jax. Like right now, Nia Jax's reign as the WWE Women's Champion it's been decent. I like that she's been a fighting champion. I like that she fought Michin in a street fight, although it seemed it was a little miscued and, a lot of, they missed their spots. But, it was a women's hardcore match. And I'm not trying to discredit the women wrestlers in this kind of aspect, but it's always hard to kind of, get on the same page, even for the men as well. Queen Nia Jax seems like she has to look over her shoulder with Tiffany Stratton, on the other hand, who interfered. Got a bad rap from Nia Jax because the moment she looked up, she saw Tiffany Stratton holding that Money in the Bank briefcase, giving it to the referee, and it was just wrong place at the wrong time. Giovanni Vinci returns to SmackDown tonight. United States champion LA Knight has been busy defending his belt over the last 2 episodes of SmackDown. Obviously, Ludwig Kaiser. It was a great match. I would love to see Ludwig inside SmackDown. I feel like he definitely has potential to be United States champion. Nick Aldis is ready to announce the next match. What is he going to say about the Andrade Carmelo, kind of battle? Randy Orton, didn't find success on Raw. So will he return to SmackDown tonight? Also, will A-Town Down Under finally break apart? Would be kind of crazy to see Austin Theory and, Cody Rhodes go out of that bad blood. They've had a lot of bad blood in the past, A-Town Down Under, but Austin Theory, maybe this is the final nail in the coffin. Maybe he comes up with Grayson Waller, and Grayson Waller screws over Austin Theory and causes him the belt, which causes a huge perpetual, propels them into a match that's going to it's going to be amazing. And also, AJ Styles recently during, when WWE went overseas to Europe, when they were in Japan, when they were in Latin America, he was there, but on the episodes weekly, he hasn't really been there, and that Styles fan, 1,010%. I don't know, it's pretty concerning. All right, guys. Hey, do not go anywhere. We're gonna jump on into our second segment. It's my Thursday night wrestling review. Jump into the ring of TNA and the world of Ring of Honor with this next segment. So join me here in about 20 seconds.